Hello everybody, and today we're going to be doing a Michael Jordan career resim, but in the year 2022. Right now he's projected to go number 1 overall, 20 years old, North Carolina. I did download the 2023 draft class, but nothing this season really matters until the draft lottery, so I will see you when we get there. And the Thunder luck into the first overall pick with a chance to take Michael Jordan. With the first pick in the NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder take Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is coming in at a 93 overall, and this is the Michael Jordan that they gave me. This is the historic Michael Jordan. I didn't change anything about it. Rookie Michael Jordan is coming in at a 93 overall with 40 badges. They have Michael Jordan playing the small forward position to start off the season, which I find weird. I feel like Josh Giddey should be there, but I'm going to let 2K do their thing. I'm not going to change a thing, and let's start this season 1. All right, we're at the All-Star draft, and Michael Jordan has been selected to his first All-Star team. I'm not sure why it says 2, but when you go in here, it says 1. So we're going to be using the award history to keep tabs on all of his awards because I don't know. One of my main goals of this video is to kind of compare this current day Michael Jordan to Michael Jordan's real life career and kind of see who ended up having a better career by the end of things. And at the end of season 1 of Michael Jordan's career, Luka wins MVP. Jordan gets Rookie of the Year, averaging 22, 3.5, and 6 with 2 steals, with pretty good shooting splits if you just don't look at the three-point percentage. Jaden Ivey wins Sixth Man of the Year. Giannis wins Defensive Player. Darius Garland wins Most Improved. JB Bickerstaff wins Coach of the Year. And Brandon Harrison wins Executive. Michael Jordan did not make an All-NBA team. He did make All-Defensive Second Team, though. And I'm sure he made All-Rookie First Team. Those are his awards so far. The Thunder made the playoffs as the number 2 seed. Very high seeding for his first year, especially for being on the Thunder. First round, they're going to go up against the Portland Trail Blazers, and they walk away with it 4-1. Next round, they're going to play the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Michael Jordan is already at his first conference finals in his rookie season where he's going to play Jokic and the Nuggets. And the Nuggets ended up putting Michael Jordan down in 6 games to play the Cavaliers in the finals. And the Nuggets end up winning the NBA Finals. Jokic wins Finals MVP. Let's skip over to... All right, we're at player progression. Michael Jordan was a 93 at the beginning of the season last year, and he is already a 96 at 22 years old in his second year. Now on, I'm just going to auto-generate rookies. I think it's too early in the game's life to have that many great draft classes. So after this point, I'm just going to auto-generate the rookies. Once again at the All-Star draft, Michael Jordan makes to the All-Star game for his second time, and I'm probably going to stop showing this unless he doesn't make the All-Star team, because at this point, at 97 overall, I don't think he's going to miss the All-Star game much. At the end of season number 2, Luka Doncic wins another MVP. I think that's his third because he won the first year before Jordan was in the league. Xavier Booker wins Rookie of the Year. Jaden Ivey, 6th man. Lonzo Ball, Defensive Player for the Spurs. Dyson Daniels, Most Improved. And Mike Malone, Coach of the Year. He did not make an All-NBA team, but his teammate did. He did make an All-Defensive team. His stats, I forgot to show you his stats in his rookie season and this year, so we'll just go and look at him really quick. First year, rookie year, he averaged 22. Well, I guess we did go over his rookie year. This year, he put up 25, 5, and 6 with 2.5 steals per game. I'm not quite sure how he didn't make an All-NBA team. Well, I guess Shea just had better numbers. Well... It's close. You guys can decide in the comments. They did make the playoffs again as the 2nd seed in the West. This season, they're going to play the Timberwolves in the first round. and they get out of it very easily. In the second round, they play the Rockets, where they also get out very easily. Now they play Ja and the Grizzlies in the Western Conference Finals, and they end up walking away from this series 4-1 to play the Cavaliers in the finals. This is Michael Jordan's first finals appearance, and considering it's only his second year, I think it's far from his last. Garland versus Shea, Mitchell versus Giddey. Denny, I don't want to butcher his last name, so we'll just call him Denny. Versus MJ, Evan Mobley versus Jeremy Grant, and you got Chet and Jared Allen going at it. This is going to be a great finals. Game 1 goes to the Thunder. Game 2 also goes to the Thunder. Game 3 also goes to the Thunder. And it's a sweep. They only lose 3 games in their playoff run, and Shea wins finals MVP over Michael Jordan. At player progression after year 2, Michael Jordan is a 97 overall, 23 years old. We still haven't seen his three-point scoring go up, but we have seen his badges go up by 6. He now has 46 badges going into year 3. At the end of year 3, Ja Morant ends up winning MVP. Dwayne Rhodes, Rookie of the Year. Poku wins Sixth Man. Jordan wins Defensive Player of the Year, his first big award, if we're not counting Rookie of the Year. Josh Christopher, Most Improved, Coach of the Year. Mark, I can't say the last name. Michael Jordan makes his first All-NBA team with an All-NBA third team appearance. He also makes All-Defensive first team clearly with the Defensive Player of the Year award. And the OKC Thunder are the first seed in the West, and they will play the Lakers in the first round of the playoffs. First round is a gentleman's sweep, and they'll go on to play Jokic and the Nuggets in the second round of the playoffs. We have a Game 7 in round 2. We're going to simulate with Simcast, and we will jump in if it ends up being close. And it is close now, but not close enough. Jokic will send Jordan home at the end, in year 3. At player progression once again, Michael Jordan goes up again. At 24 years old, he's now a 98 overall. At the end of year number 4, LaMelo Ball wins MVP. Dalton Flores wins Sixth Man of the Year. Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year for the Clippers. Wasn't expecting to see that. And Ty Washington Jr. wins Most Improved. No awards for Michael Jordan this year. Michael Jordan also fails to make an All-NBA team again. He does make an All-Defensive first team, but this is not really the career that I thought he was going to have laid out for him. He is the second seed in the West once again. If we get a close game, I will jump you in. The Thunder easily take down the Clippers in the first round. In the second round, they get to play Ja Morant and the Grizzlies, which ends up leading to a Game 7. We're going to simulate with Simcast on this one, and if it's close, we're going to jump in. It looks like a close one. Lead is switching quite a bit, and the Grizzlies go on a very big run at the end of the game, making it a little too quick for me to jump in. Jordan had a good game, though. There's not much more he can do. He just needs some help. Shea shot 3 for 14 in a Game 7 to send him to the conference finals. You can't have that from one of your better players on your team. LeBron James will retire a Grizzly. At the end of year number 4, Michael Jordan, at only 25 years old, is already starting to regress, losing some physicals. He also lost 1 badge already. He's here for the next 3 years minimum, but I don't really like the sign of this early regression for Michael Jordan. At the end of year number 5, Luka Doncic wins MVP for the Wizards. There's a lot of movement going on in this simulation. Benedict Mathurin wins Sixth Man of the Year. Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year. So again, another year with no awards for Michael Jordan. He also misses the All-NBA team again and does make it to All-Defensive first team again, though. The OKC Thunder are the number 1 seed in the West once again. Round 1, they're going to play the Portland Trail Blazers, where they beat them pretty easily and move on to play the Spurs in the second round. 4-1 win. They get to play the Rockets, which we just looked at, and they are a very good franchise right now. So this might be tough for Michael Jordan. Game 1 goes to Michael Jordan. Game 2 goes to Michael Jordan. Game 3 goes to Michael Jordan. And maybe I lied. That was actually one of the easier series that I think Jordan has had in his career yet. Michael Jordan wins Western Conference Finals MVP, getting ready to play the Magic in the NBA Finals. Jordan goes down 1-0 in the finals. Game 2, Jordan loses. Game 3, Jordan loses. We're going to simulate with Simcast, see if we can get some gameplay, maybe a close game or something. This game is not really that close at all. Michael Jordan puts up 35, 5, and 3 with 3 steals. Can they come back from down 3-0? It's unlikely, but it's Michael Jordan, so maybe. And the answer to that question is no. Paolo Banchero, Sid Smart, and Jason Tatum end up doing way more than enough needed to put Michael Jordan down. So another year for Michael Jordan without much achievement. At the end of year number 5, Michael Jordan at 26 years old regresses another overall point. Again, I don't really like the sign of this early regression because he's also lost another 3 badges. He was at 46, if I remember, like 3 years ago. He got up to a 98, never reached 99, and now he's on the way down. At the end of this year, Luka Doncic wins MVP, Vic Haywood wins Rookie of the Year, Dalton Flores wins Sixth Man of the Year, Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year for Memphis now. Michael Jordan does not make an All-NBA team again. He does make All-Defensive Team. These are his awards so far. 1 All-NBA selection, 3rd team. 6 All-Defensive selections. 1 Defensive Player of the Year, 1-time champion, 6-time All-Star. And his regression has already started. He's 27. If I'm being honest, I'm not liking the way this Jordan is playing. I'm realizing now that I forgot to show you guys his stats. Excuse that. This is my first video. I'll get better at it. But I now see why he's not making these All-NBA teams and he's not doing much besides defense. It's because he is just not that guy. I don't even think he's that guy for his team. Well, I was wrong. He was that guy for his team. It's just, it has been such a good split of scoring. This team has so many studs on it. It's almost unfortunate that Jordan ended up on the Thunder because of all of these people. I'm hoping at some point Jordan does decide to leave. But besides that, OKC does make the playoffs as the 1st seed once again. Will Jordan get his 2nd title? Let's find out. He's playing Memphis in the 1st round. They've got Giannis, and I think they've still got Ja. Let's double check here. They don't, but they do have Devin Booker. This has been a mess. Game 1 goes to the Thunder. Game 2 goes to the Thunder. Game 3 goes to the Thunder. And Game 4 goes to the Thunder. They make it to the 2nd round where they'll play Golden State. Game 1 goes to MJ. Game 2 goes to MJ. Game 3 goes to MJ. And Game 4 goes to MJ. They're undefeated so far in this playoff run where they'll get to play the Minnesota Timberwolves. Game 1 goes to MJ. Game 2 goes to MJ. Game 3 goes to MJ. Game 4 goes to the Timberwolves. Game 5 goes to MJ. Michael Jordan wins Western Conference Finals MVP for his team. And now the finals, where they get to play the Magic. Game 1 goes to the Magic. Game 2 goes to the Magic. Game 3 goes to the Magic. We're going to simulate with Simcast, see if Jordan can't make one close so we can see him in action. We just need to see him in action in general at some point here, so we might just jump in anyway. Well, we can jump into the next game because they absolutely dominated that game. It wasn't as close as I thought it was going to be. But Game 5, also looking like it's a very good game for MJ and the Thunder. This game is also not close at all. Game 6 at home for the Thunder. Can they make this a 7-game series? In the 4th quarter, it is very close. Hopefully close enough to where we can watch a little bit of it. With 1:39, it's a 1-point game. Finals on the line for MJ. Let's jump in and see how it's going. Jason Tatum drives in on Chet. MJ down there. And a nice little floater to give him the 3-point lead. Shea goes down the court. MJ is on the court, which I'm happy to see because I know 2K at sometimes doesn't do it. Giddey to tie the game up with 1:19 left. This is game 6. Jordan was down 3-0 in this series at 1 point. Jason Tatum coming down the court. Drive on Jordan, kicks down to Wesley with an easy dunk. Jordan's coming up the court. Quite slow for being down 2 in a game where you need to win. Out to Burek. That must be one of the auto-generated guys. Giddey sets a nice screen, but this Burek guy seems to be the guy they want. Over to Giddey. Contested 3. Chet, easy rebound. Inside dunk to tie the game with under a minute left. Jason Tatum coming down with a chance to kind of give his team the... Wow, that was a horrible shot. Jordan with the rebound up to Burek. I was kind of hoping to see an MJ move right there. Tie game with 35 and another jack 3, but he hits it. Josh Giddey. He's that guy for this team. Maybe I was wrong and it isn't Jordan at all. It's just Giddey. The Magic down 3 with 30 seconds left. They have Kevin Durant. When they get him? God, this sim has just been horrible. Durant, midi pull-up. He misses. Rebound by Fleming, though. They get the bucket. Thunder call a timeout. They're up by 1 with 16 seconds left. 16 seconds left. They pass the ball in. They're going to foul here. I don't know if that's a good foul because I've never seen this person in my life. I'm assuming it's one of the auto-generated guys that they picked up at some point. He misses horribly on the first one. Maybe they did foul the right guy. That was the worst miss I've ever seen. It's a 2-point game with 15 seconds left. When this team has Kevin Durant, I would be worried if I'm the Thunder. Kevin Durant puts some moves on MJ. MJ, chance to win the game for the Thunder and send it to a game 7. Kevin Durant from 3 misses, and we're going to get a 7-game series. That was to win the game. Man, what a game. But the Thunder fight back from down 3-0. We're going to see a game 7. Game 7, we're going to simulate this with Simcast. Jordan trying to get his second championship. So far, it's looking very close, but not anymore. That second quarter was just a blowout, and now they're just right back with a couple blowout quarters of their own. We might have another Simcast game on our hands. With 1:49, the Thunder lead by 1. The Magic have the ball. Over to Sid Smart to Jason Tatum. This team is stacked. Over to Fleming, who misses a layup, and Chet gets the rebound. Trey Mann is going to be the guy to bring it up. Michael Jordan over to Chet, who gets an easy layup to get a 3-point lead with 1:34 in the game. Jason Tatum's going to take the ball up slow. Pull-up 3 to tie the game. He misses. Chet gets the rebound. Bounce pass to Giddey. Giddey was that guy last game, but they give it to MJ with Kevin Durant on him. Goes up for a layup and just gets sent back. That was a horrible, horrible decision. Paolo coming up the court. A whole bunch of auto-generated players, and I'm not quite sure who. So someone's guarding Paolo. Over to Fleming. Fleming with a little nice midi to make it a 1-possession game with a minute left. He hits it. He has not been on this game. Grant by himself at the top of the key. Over to Giddey. I thought Giddey was about to take that 3 again. That time it probably would have been a dagger. Over to Giddey. Giddey with the little floater, and he hits it. Up by 5. Giddey should win Finals MVP, if you ask me. Paolo over to Wesley. Back to Paolo. Getting double teamed. Over to Durant. Durant getting guarded by Jordan. Backing Jordan down. Fade. Misses. Chet with the rebound. It's a 5-point game, and they're starting to foul. I don't think there's a chance they're coming back in this game, so I think we're going to see Jordan's final celebration. The game is over. Michael Jordan will win his second championship in this simulation I think this is the 6th season or the 5th season. I honestly can't remember right now. I've already been here an hour. Finals MVP is going to Chet Holmgren by the looks of it. So MJ still without one of those. After Michael Jordan's 6th year in the NBA, he's a 96 overall with no changes to anything. He did lose a badge, though. He's 27 years old. Regression has been hitting him the last couple seasons. So I think the chances of him winning an MVP, I think they've already gone down the drain. He might win a couple DPOIs, maybe a finals again, but I already think that real Michael Jordan has taken over current day sim Michael Jordan by a long shot. And at the end of Michael Jordan's 7th season, Darius Garland wins MVP for Atlanta. Ty Washington wins 6th man. Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year. So another year of no big awards for Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan also does not make an All-NBA team. He does make an All-Defensive team. And that's it again. The Thunder are once again the number 1 seed in the West. Round 1, they'll play the Sacramento Kings, and they get out in 7. Round 2, they'll play the Timberwolves, and they'll get out in 4. And in the Western Conference, they'll play the Mavericks, and they will win in 7. And in the NBA Finals, the Thunder will play the Cavaliers. Game 1 will go to the Cavs. Game 2 will go to the Thunder. Game 3 will go to the Thunder. Game 4 will go to the Cavs. Game 5 will go to the Cavs, and we're going to simulate with Simcast. So far, this game looks like it's a Thunder dominant game, but not really. The Cavs have kept it kind of close, but not close enough. The Cavs are going to fall to the Thunder. MJ gets a shot at his 3rd championship. Game 7 against the Cavaliers in OKC. And it looks like Michael Jordan will walk away, drops 35 in Game 7. Michael Jordan will win the championship. Still no finals MVP for him as Shea wins it over him again. So he's got his 3rd championship. And I realized I forgot to show you his stats for the past couple years. So we'll go back and look at that in 1 minute. We are at player progression. Michael Jordan at 28. Nothing changed for him this year. He's 96 flat. Nothing has changed. He's 28. Let's look at his stats. Last year was actually a very down year for him. He has just not been the scorer that he is known to be in real life in this sim. It's probably because he's got so many studs all around him that can help carry the load. Chet's doing really good. Giddey is that guy, as we saw in that one game. He's been getting 17 a year. Chet's been getting 16, 17 a year. And Shea has been getting 16 to 17, even a couple 24s a game. At the end of this year, LaMelo Ball wins MVP, Kevin Cole Rookie of the Year, Anthony Black 6th Man of the Year. Michael Jordan wins his 2nd Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 18.9, 4.5, and 6. Not great numbers from someone who a lot of people say is the greatest player of all time. It has just not been a good career sim for Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, again, not making an All-NBA team with those numbers. He does make an All-Defensive first team. So he's been sticking, at least he's been consistent. The Thunder are the 1st seed in the West once again with their stacked roster. They get to play the Jazz in the 1st round of the playoffs, and they will get through them very easily. 2nd round of the playoffs, they will play the Clippers, and they will sweep them. They play the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. The Warriors take a 2-1 lead, 2-2 series now. OKC takes the lead, and OKC will make it to another Finals. Chet Holmgren wins Western Conference Finals MVP, as now they get to go on and play the Raptors in the Finals. They win round 1, they win game 2, and they lose game 3. They win game 4, and game 5 goes to the Raptors, and game 6 goes to the Thunder. Chet Holmgren wins the Finals MVP. Yes, that is a three-peat for Michael Jordan, so he does get a three-peat in this world as well, which is his 4th championship in total. He's still down by 2 to his real self in that aspect, but I still don't think he's going to live up to real Michael Jordan level. All right, we're at player progression. Michael Jordan at 29 years old The only thing we see out of this is a little bit of improvement, so maybe his regression has halted. So that's good to see. He's still at 40 badges. He hasn't gone under that mark yet. Hopefully we're going to see maybe a little career resurgence by Jordan, and maybe even potentially an All-NBA team appearance again. And one thing I want to mention really quick is Michael Jordan has made an all-star team every single year he has been in the league. I just want to update you guys on that because I haven't bothered showing you. I will show you when he misses a team, though. After the 9th year in the NBA, Luka Doncic ends up winning MVP for the Boston Celtics. This is horrible. Ty Washington, 6th man of the year. Michael Jordan wins another defensive player of the year. Again, not averaging the numbers that I want to see him average. Also, he hasn't really adjusted to the current day NBA, shooting under 30% from three, I believe, every single year of his career. I'll check that really quick. All but 2 years in the NBA, he has shot under 30%, and even when he did shoot over 30%, it's really not what you want to see a starting shooting guard small forward in the NBA doing, especially one that's a 97 overall. Michael Jordan also fails once again to make an All-NBA team. He does make an All-NBA defensive team. He has really been consistent. I'm going to say that over and over again because I'm trying to be as consistent as Michael Jordan is bad in this video. The OKC Thunder are the 3rd seed in the West this season. They get to play the Rockets in the first round of the playoffs. They go up 2-0, and they end up sweeping them. Round 2, the Thunder get to play the Timberwolves. Should be an easy series for them. They walk away winning the series 4-1. Now they get to play the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals for like the 80th time in this video. They go up 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, and the winner will play the Hawks in the championship. But Game 7, we will simcast and see if we have a close game or not. So far, it looks like, oh, well, it's a 7-point game. It's an 8-point game. It's a 9-point game with a minute 11. I don't think we're going to jump into this game. Shea wins Western Conference Finals MVP as the Thunder get a chance once again in the finals where they win Game 1. They lose Game 2, they win Game 3, they win Game 4, and they win Game 5. Chet Holmgren wins Finals MVP as they win their 4th championship in a row. Michael Jordan has reached the big 3-0 in age. He has not done anything with his overall at all, up or down. Shea's 34, so I'm expecting to see some regression from him at some point, but it looks like he's staying pretty consistent. Josh Giddey's almost to 30, Trey Mann's above 30, and I'm now realizing this team is without Chet Holmgren. I'm going to find out where he went. Chet Holmgren ended up playing for the Clippers now, a little replacement for Giannis, and I just want to show you guys something. I want to look at this league. Ja Morant's a Sun, LaMelo's a Wizard, Jordan stayed there, Shea has stayed, Luka is a Celtic, Cade is a Laker, Mobley is a Pelican, Edwards is, oh, that's going to be a duo, Edwards and Chet in LA. Garland plays for the Heat, Tatum's plays for the Magic, Wembanyama plays for the Nuggets, Scotty's one of the few that stayed, same with Josh Giddey. I just want to show this has been really, really wild sim. Zion is just sitting in free agency right now at the beginning of the season. Trae Young plays for the Bulls. Jokic is a Spur. This whole simulation has been nuts. Looking at the roster this year, the Thunder have taken a big decline in ability, losing Chet Holmgren. They have an okay center as Paris Person comes into play, but overall this team, losing Chet, I think they're going to lose their first seed consistency. I don't think they're going to win 5 straight, but I do think Jordan is going to take more of that scoring load and maybe get back over 20 for the first time in 3 years. I don't know. Jordan has not had that good of a career in this simulation. At the end of the 10th season, Jaden Ivey wins MVP. Alex McLeod, I think that's how you say it, McLeod, wins Rookie of the Year. Lou Rogers wins Sixth Man. Michael Jordan wins another Defensive Player of the Year, getting back over the 20 points per game mark without Chet Holmgren. Michael Jordan does not, however, make an All-NBA team once again. We are not going to see him here. He does make All-Defensive First Team. OKC proved me wrong and made it as the number 1 seed in the Western Conference once again. This year, they're going to have to play the Kings in the first round. They win. Struggles early against the Warriors in the second round, and they lose in 5 to Golden State without Chet Holmgren. We're back at player progression after Michael Jordan's 10th season in the NBA. He is 31 years old, and he is regressing down to a 95. Still at 40 badges, though. We'll see you at next season's end. At the end of Michael Jordan's 11th season, Luka Doncic wins MVP again. Anders Anderson wins Sixth Man of the Year. Chet Holmgren wins Defensive Player of the Year without Michael Jordan with him. Alvin Price wins Most Improved. Michael Jordan, again, fails to make an All-NBA team. He does make an All-Defensive First Team again. Every single year, I think this is how it's going to work out. The OKC Thunder make it to the playoffs as the number 1 seed once again. In the first round, they are going to play the Utah Jazz. They end up getting through the Jazz in 7. Closer series than I thought it might have been. Anyways, round 2, they go up 1-0 to the Lakers. They go up 2-0 to the Lakers, up 3-0 to the Lakers, and they end up getting through in 4 to play his former teammate Chet Holmgren in the Western Conference Finals. Game 1 goes to MJ. Game 2 goes to MJ. Game 3 goes to MJ. Game 4 goes to MJ. And they get out of there very easily. Josh Giddey is the one who ended up winning Western Conference Finals MVP for that series as well. Game 1 of the finals against the Wizards. First game, MJ takes it. Game 2, MJ takes it. Game 3, MJ takes it. And Game 4, the Wizards will take. But Game 5, the Thunder will take it, and Giddey wins Finals MVP. MJ still has not won a Finals MVP. Looking at Michael Jordan's awards so far through his career, he's tied himself with championships. He is way behind in MVPs. He's a little bit behind in All-Stars. He has passed his real self in defensive teams, and he has passed himself in Defensive Player of the Year awards. We're at player progression. Michael Jordan is 32 years old, and he is starting to regress again. He has lost another badge. He's a 94 overall. I think this is probably the end of his peak, and we're going to start seeing a decline a lot more drastic here. He has not been that guy in his career. It is, honestly, if I had to choose between anybody, it's been Chet and Josh Giddey, and then Shea, and then Jordan, if anybody. At the end of this season, we got our first auto-generated MVP. Malcolm Carney ends up winning that. Homer Washington Jr. wins Rookie of the Year. Samuel Hood wins Sixth Man. MJ wins himself the Defensive Player of the Year. Michael Jordan, once again, no All-NBA appearance and an All-Defensive First Team appearance. Michael Jordan is one of the greatest defensive players in this game, in this simulation, but he is definitely not the guy when it comes to scoring. The OKC Thunder end up being the first seed once again in the play-in. After the play-in, they'll play the Sacramento Kings in the first round of the playoffs. We'll simulate that first round. They'll walk away in 5. They get to play the Dallas Mavericks in the second round. They'll easily get past them, and in the Western Conference Finals, they will play the Portland Trail Blazers, who they will walk over, and Michael Jordan wins the Western Conference Finals MVP. Michael Jordan is going to be playing the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals this year. First game will go to Michael Jordan. Second game will go to Michael Jordan. Third game will go to the Boston Celtics. Fourth game will go to Michael Jordan. And the fifth game will go to Michael Jordan as well. Michael Jordan wins his first Finals MVP, but wins his 7th Finals, putting him above his current self in just that aspect of the game. We are at player progression, and Michael Jordan at 33 years old goes down 2 overalls, losing a lot of physicals. He didn't lose a badge from last year, I don't think. I think he was at 39 last year, but again, regression all around for this team, except for Trey, man, who seems to just be ageless and just getting better and better as his career goes on. But MJ, all the way down to a 92, the lowest he's been in his career so far. Remember, he came in as a 93 overall rookie. At the end of Michael Jordan's 13th season, Alexander Wood wins MVP. Neil Stewart wins Rookie of the Year. Lazaro Chavez wins Sixth Man of the Year. Chet wins Defensive Player of the Year. Matthias Guerre wins Most Improved Player. No big awards for Michael Jordan. He does not make an All-NBA team. He does not make All-Defensive First Team, but he makes All-Defensive Second Team. We're really starting to see some of this Michael Jordan regression now. Despite the regression, the Thunder make the NBA playoffs as the number 2 seed. They get to play the Pelicans after the play-in. First round, they get out in 5 games, and they get to play the Lakers. And in the second round, they get out in 4 to go play the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves end up smoking them in the Western Conference Finals. We are back at player progression. Michael Jordan at 34 years old is starting to regress in every category, and he is down to a 90 overall. So it's getting to the point where I genuinely don't see this team doing much more. At the end of Michael Jordan's 14th season in the NBA, LaMelo Ball wins MVP, Andrew Newman wins Rookie of the Year, Jamie McCoy wins Sixth Man, and Victor Wembanyama wins Defensive Player of the Year. He's been awfully quiet in this. Well, I guess not really. He's just flown under my radar. Michael Jordan does not make an All-NBA team. He does make an All-Defensive team. At 35 years old, he's got a 3-year contract. I wouldn't be surprised if he retired at the end of that. But in the meantime, the OKC Thunder are the number 2 seed in the NBA. Simulating the play-in, they'll play the Spurs in the first round of the playoffs, and they will get out of that. Oh, almost not, but they do in 6. Next round, they'll go against the Utah Jazz, and they'll get out of that in 7. In the Western Conference Finals, they get to play the Phoenix Suns, who go up 3-1 very early on. Thunder to fight back. They can't do it. The Suns beat the Thunder, to make it to the NBA Finals. And in this simulation, after Michael Jordan's 14th season, Luka Doncic decides to call it a career at 38 years old. So does Lonzo Ball at 39. So just to give you an idea of how much time Michael Jordan has left. We are back at player progression this season after his 14th season, and we are seeing a big drop-off for Michael Jordan in just about every category. He is no longer even the best player on this team. That title belongs to Josh Giddey. He is 35 years old. An 87 overall, his first time being under a 90 overall, 35 badges. So let's just get into this season. For the first time in his career, in his 15th season, Michael Jordan does not make an all-star game. So this is just your all-star break check-in, and I will see you guys at the end of the season. In the 15th year of Michael Jordan's career, Shannon Franklin wins MVP. Jaylen Brown Jr. wins Rookie of the Year. Andrew Newman wins Sixth Man, and Victor Wembanyama wins Defensive Player of the Year. Michael Jordan does not make it to an All-NBA team. He is an All-Defensive First Team player, though, once again, along with Jaylen Brown Jr. This year, Michael Jordan is in the play-in tournament for the first time in his career. I don't remember a time during the simulation where he hasn't been the 1, 2, or maybe 3 seed, but I think it's just been 1 and 2. This time he falls all the way down to 9th, one game, and they lose, and they didn't even make it to the playoffs. And after that disappointing year, Shea decides to call it quits at 87 overall. I could undo his retirement, but I kind of want to see if Jordan can do something by himself if he's just left to his own devices. I know he's not as good as he once was, but I'm thinking maybe give him some sort of shot by himself. And looking at this, maybe that was a bad idea, because now Michael Jordan is the third best player on his team. He's an 84 overall at 36 years old. He's on his last year, making $56 million this year alone. Everything's gone down for him. And he's not even the second option on his own team. I'm glad I decided to check this because I thought it would be a little bit weird. Jordan is not starting. I can rebuild the rotation, and they do not have him starting. I'm not going to change anything. And for one main reason, I do think this is going to be good because you can get Jordan a Sixth Man of the Year award potentially if he's coming off of the bench. So I do like that idea. And once again, this time not super surprising, but Michael Jordan is not an all-star this year either. So again, I'll see you at the end of the season to see if maybe we can get him a Sixth Man of the Year award. At the end of this season, Shannon Franklin ends up winning MVP, Cam Jeffries Rookie of the Year. Michael Jordan does end up getting his Sixth Man of the Year award. That's good to see. Ronald Banks wins Defensive Player of the Year, and Terrell Nelson wins Most Improved. Michael Jordan did not make an All-NBA team. He did make an all-defensive second team, though. This season, the Thunder were the 8th seed, good enough for a play-in spot, which they lose Game 1 of the play-in, and they lose Game 2, missing the playoffs entirely. That was Michael Jordan's last season under contract, so I wouldn't be surprised after winning his Sixth Man of the Year award, no longer being a starter, and being under an 85 overall. I would not be surprised to see Michael Jordan retire right here. And he does not, but one of his teammates, Trey Mann, does. So I guess we've got at least one more year of Michael Jordan. So we are at player progression. Michael Jordan at 37 years old is an 80 overall, loses 4 overall points, loses a ton of badges, and is just overall not a great player. Signed a 2-year extension worth $35 a year. I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes this contract out, but I don't even think he's Sixth Man of the Year worthy anymore. I genuinely think he's just going to be a role player. If he doesn't win any awards and they don't make any appearances in the playoffs, I might just see you guys at the end. This season, Michael Jordan did end up making it into the playoffs as the 7th seed. They made it as the play-in. In the playoffs, they got one more shot, if you ask me. They win round 1, make it to round 2, where they play a 6th seed, so upset city. They end up making it to the Western Conference Finals, where they're going to play the Nuggets. They win Game 1. They lose Game 2. Lose Game 3. Lose Game 4. And lose Game 5. And that's it for this season for Michael Jordan as well. And in player retirement, you see Michael Jordan is not here. His teammate Chet Holmgren is. So we've got at least one more year of Michael Jordan in this NBA. And now Michael Jordan at 38 years old is barely even a rotation player for his team, a 77 overall, losing just about every attribute he has, losing almost all of his badges. He's got 1 year left on his contract, and then I'm assuming he's probably going to call it quits. And at the end of this season, Michael Jordan and his team, I mean, not really Michael Jordan's team anymore, end up making it to the playoffs as the 8th seed after making it through the play-in. Round 1 against the Phoenix Suns. And that's the end of Michael Jordan's playoff run through this season. And after that season, Michael Jordan decides one more year wouldn't hurt anybody. So he's deciding to go on for another year of professional basketball despite being one of the worst players on his team. Well, we're at player progression, and to find Michael Jordan on this team now, you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Here he is. He signed a 1-year, $8 million contract. He's a 74 overall. Again, just nothing attribute-wise anymore. He's lost just about every basketball skill besides defense he has. So, again, we've got one more season of Michael Jordan. I'm hoping he calls it quits after that. In case you were wondering, Michael Jordan is barely even on the roster anymore. He is just one spot up over the reserves. So this season, he's basically just not even going to get a stat racked up. I mean, this is his career so far. Was this last year? Last year played 1.1 minute a game, barely played last year. So, I mean, this is basically the end of Jordan's career right here. At the end of the season, when we get a final retirement and we see for sure he is retired, we will go through all of his career stats and we'll go through all of his accolades and where he ranks among career leaderboards. And in what I believe is Michael Jordan's final season in the NBA, his team just made a run without him, but it's still going to count as a ring if they end up winning. He's the 3rd seed in the West, round 1. Oh, and they blew a 3-1 lead, so never mind. I will see you potentially when Jordan retires or signs a new contract. And after 19 years pro, Michael Jordan, at the age of 40, a 76 overall, decides to call it a career. Finally, not the career I was expecting for him. Career averages average 20.2, rebounds average 4.2, 6 assists, 2.2 steals and a block, 2.8 turnovers per game, shot 50% from the field in his career, shot 26% from 3, was an astounding free throw shooter. Just not a career I was expecting for him, and at the end of his career, like, from here on, it tailed off. Barely was able to score 20 a game. This season, his last 2 seasons might as well just not have been played. His award history: 7-time NBA champion, 14-time All-Star, 5-time Defensive Player of the Year, All-Defensive Team 16 times, All-NBA Team 1 time, no MVPs. He did win Rookie of the Year. I mean, you compare that to his 6 championships and his 4 MVPs that he got in real life. He was a much better defender in this simulation, but by no means was he a better player. He got one more championship, but that was purely because he had a stacked team that was kind of unbeatable. I put a period at the end of his name so we could find him a lot easier when it comes to career points. This was real Michael Jordan, 19th place, 32,000 points. And if you come down here to 35, you've got our version of Michael Jordan, 35 with 28,000 points. Neither version of Michael Jordan made it on the rebounds. And for assists, I do not see real Michael Jordan on this list, but I do see our Michael Jordan in 38th place with 8,416. And for steals, we can see both right here. Our fake Michael Jordan ended up with 3,055 to real Michael Jordan's 2,514. And for turnovers, our Michael Jordan is up here for some reason with no period, but I know this is him, with 12th in most turnovers in NBA history, and real Michael Jordan is somewhere down here at 65 with 2,900. Our version of Michael Jordan in points per game in a career found himself, I don't think he's going to show up yet, but somewhere around 78, 79 when real Michael Jordan is at number 1 in this career, or in real life. So overall, if you compare them, I mean, it's not even close in my opinion. I think real Michael Jordan definitely has this fake Michael Jordan beat out. Let's see if he makes any Hall of Fame. He is a Hall of Famer. His jersey is most likely going to be retired for the Thunder, which it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is my first one. I'm hoping to make a lot more in the future. So subscribe, comment, like, and yeah, I'll see y'all later.